All right, guys, what's going on? Um, it's Friday the 27th today. Very short day for me. Excuse me. I was done trading pretty early today. I had to leave around 10:30 this morning and go to a doctor's appointment, and a whole bunch of stuff happened. They were late. We had traffic, all kinds of stuff, and I got delayed. I didn't get back to my house until 3:30 today. So it was a very short day. Only thing I traded today was AUPH, and I still have the CENX swing on that I'm babysitting, but just AUPH today. Nice trade, good gainer. Saw this thing going this morning, and the first thing I do anytime I see these, well, I know that I remember this one from the past, but the first thing I do after I pull up the daily charts and see what's going on here is go to the filings and read through the SEC filings real quick, see if there's anything right off the bat that is of interest to me, like a recent offering, or a shelf or something like that. And if you look at AUPH um, on December 28th, they just closed a $28 million financing deal that consisted of almost 13 million units. They're calling them, quote unquote, which is one common share and one half of one warrant per unit. So at $2.25 a share. So that's almost 13 million shares they converted at 225 a share. The float of this thing is only 22 million. So that's over 50% of their company's value. That's a big offering. And the best price they could get was 225. That's a red flag. Here we are so I'm looking at this thing pre-market, right, sitting at 350. And then I'm looking at this offering from just 4 weeks ago, a really big offering at 225 a share. I'm like, what am I missing? Nothing has changed in the last month really in this company. They're essentially a pre-revenue company. They have very little revenue, and they're about to start phase 3 trials, which is just going to be an absolute cash killing machine. So there's not a whole lot to be excited about here if you were thinking long. It just doesn't make sense, right? So I saw that, and there's a whole bunch of warrants attached to it as well. With those 13 million units, it was about 6 million and change warrants attached to that as well, at $3 a share. And as we know, warrants are harmless as long as the stock price is below the warrant price. But as soon as the price of the stock gets above the warrant price, the warrants are not harmless anymore. If there's any still outstanding, they can be executed at any time. Warrants become, live, quote unquote, or valid once once the stock price gets above the warrant price. So the warrant price here is $3 a share. We're gapping above $3 a share, so we know those are in play today. So I had a lot of ideas that they may be motivated to sell today. It just nothing added up really for me. So that being said, obviously I was short biased immediately. I got involved a little bit pre-market up here in the 350s. I started in with some starter size, and then I was hoping for a little morning pop. 22 million is a decent sized float, so I didn't think it was going to really take off and run on us. I didn't think it was going too far unless they bought some insane volume. But I was hoping for a little bit of a morning pop. We didn't really get it, but that's all right. That's why I started in. I just wanted a feeler entry just to be involved in case it started washing, which it did right out of the gate. So as soon as I saw this, I was like, all right, great. Obviously, didn't want to add into this. I don't want to be chasing and getting greedy just in case something crazy happened and it squeezed and popped. But so I was just watching it go lower with my starter position on, and then I covered a little bit, some washouts like I always do in the morning, and we got a nice pop. I had some orders sitting out here in the 340s that I really didn't even think were going to get triggered, honestly. But we got that nice little pop, and a couple of my orders did get triggered, so that was nice. I got some more size on. Not a ton. I wouldn't call it full size, here at all. Ideally, if I could get to full size in a position like this, for me, it would usually be between like 7 and 10,000 shares. I think I had a little less than 5. I had 4 and change after these ads over here. So it wasn't a massive gainer, but it was still a nice trade. Um, and then I left. I covered some right here, right around 10 o'clock. A little before 10, I was covering a good chunk of it. And I decided to reshort just a little bit, not a whole lot, just in case it was going to die or roll over red or something while I was gone. And I had a bunch of stops in. I had my stop set at 335, right above the VWAP area. You never want to set your stops like right at VWAP or right on a key number because that's where everybody sets their stops. So if I think 330 is going to be a spot that everybody's going to have their stop set and they may trigger there, I want to be a few cents above that. I want my stop to be away from everybody else's. So I had my stops at 335. Never ever triggered. But so I came back. I literally got home and just covered the last little pieces I had here right before close. And then that was it. That was it. I didn't do anything with CENX today. This thing is being a pain in the ass. It's trying to pull. It started to pull today. And it's just kind of got held up, and then it started to pop again. I actually went red on it again for a minute, and then it just gave it all back. It's being a little stubborn, but I really do think this idea will work. Assuming all goes well on Monday, I have no problem leaving this swing on for a couple more days. I'm not a big swing trader. I really don't swing much at all. But I kind of like this idea, so I'm making an exception here. And Poland looked good too today. This thing is just absolutely toying with people all day. Been doing it for like a week now. Really, really dangerous with the close here. So this one's gonna be fun next week. I'm looking forward to it. Okay, so that's it. Short day. Nothing to really report today. All right, guys. Hope everybody has a great weekend. Rest up, study up, and we'll see you on Monday.